Sly Stone, the frontman and visionary genius behind the trailblazing funk band Sly and the Family Stone, has died. He passed away peacefully on Monday in Los Angeles, according to a statement released by his family. They confirmed that his cause of death was chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, along with other health complications that had affected him in recent years. His departure marks the end of an era, a profoundly transformative chapter in music history that he helped to write, with fearless innovation, raw creativity, and a spirit that spoke to both rebellion and unity. As his family shared in their heartfelt statement, he was surrounded by love in his final moments. His 3 children, his closest friend, and extended family gathered around him. It was a quiet passing, but for a man whose music roared across generations, whose beats once demanded people to dance and reflect in equal measure, it was a fittingly soulful farewell. They added that there is comfort in knowing that his unparalleled musical legacy will not only live on, but continue to shape and influence generations to come. His family remembered Sly Stone as more than a musician. They called him a monumental figure, a groundbreaking innovator, and a true pioneer who redefined what pop, funk, and rock music could be. He didn't just perform songs. He created cultural moments that still echo through our modern soundscape. His work brought together races, genres, and generations. In a time of social upheaval, he didn't shy away from tough topics, but infused them with groove, rhythm, and unapologetic energy. Songs like Everyday People, with its rallying cry of unity and diversity, and Family Affair, a soulful meditation on family complexities, showcased not just his musical genius, but also his emotional intelligence and social consciousness. His family expressed deep pride in the timeless quality of his music, noting how it still moves people to this day, in clubs, in political rallies, in film soundtracks, and in the hearts of those who seek truth through art. What makes Sly Stone's passing even more poignant is that he had recently completed a screenplay chronicling his life story, adding a cinematic dimension to the already multifaceted portrait of his life. This comes on the heels of his acclaimed 2024 memoir, Thank You, Verletzte me myself again. A memoir, a candid, deeply personal reflection on the highs, the lows, the inner demons, and the fleeting moments of transcendence that shaped his journey. His decision to put pen to paper late in life was not just an artistic endeavor. It was a testament to his enduring need to connect, to communicate, to tell the truth in his own voice after a lifetime of letting the music speak for him. In doing so, he granted fans an unprecedented look into the mind of a man whose art once defined a generation, but whose personal struggles often remained shrouded in mystery. The screenplay, like the memoir, was part of a broader effort to reclaim his narrative, to set the record straight not just for history books, but for the family and fans who stood by him even when the lights dimmed. Sly's musical journey began in the vibrant, restless decade of the 1960s, when he first assembled a band known then as Sly and the Family Stoners. It didn't take long for that name to evolve into the one that would become synonymous with funk, Sly and the Family Stone. From the outset, it was clear that this was no ordinary band. They were one of the first major American rock bands to have a racially integrated multi-gender lineup, and that in itself was revolutionary. But beyond the symbolism, it was their sound that broke barriers, a heady fusion of soul, funk, rock, and psychedelic rhythms. In 1967, they released their debut album, A Whole New Thing, which hinted at the seismic shift they were about to bring to the industry. The follow-up, however, truly catapulted them into mainstream success. Dance to the Music was more than a hit. It was a manifesto. Its joyful command to get up and move resonated with a generation that was desperate to feel alive amid the chaos of a changing world. From that point forward, the hits kept coming. The group delivered anthem after anthem, from the jubilant optimism of Everyday People to the complex grooves of Thank You, Verletzte me myself again. to the introspective power of Family Affair. These weren't just chart toppers, they were spiritual transmissions. Sly Stone became the architect of a new kind of sound, one that drew upon gospel's emotion, rock's power, funk's heartbeat, and soul's sincerity. With each new release, he didn't just push the envelope, he tore it open and rewrote the letter entirely. His music didn't conform to industry expectations. Instead, it demanded that the industry catch up to him. And for a while, it did. But the brilliance of Sly Stone's music cannot be separated from the turbulence of his life. As fame mounted, so did the pressure, the scrutiny, and eventually, the inner battles that led to years of withdrawal from the public eye. The drugs, the paranoia, the long silences, they were chapters in the same story that produced such beauty, such rebellion, and such resonance. He was a man who gave so much of himself to the world through his music that there was often little left for himself. Yet even in the most silent years, his influence never faded. Musicians from Prince to Lenny Kravitz to D'Angelo to Kendrick Lamar have cited him as a foundational influence. His DNA can be found in hip-hop samples, in soul revivals, in funk-infused rock ballads, in protest songs, and in celebratory jams alike. Sly Stone was 82 when he died, but his spirit has lived many lifetimes. His is a legacy that cannot be summarized in a few paragraphs or sound bites. It's woven into the very fabric of American music and culture. He challenged what a band could look like, what a frontman could be, what a song could say. He blurred the lines between musical genres and societal boundaries, creating a space where the misfits, the hopeful, the disillusioned, and the joyous could all belong. In doing so, he carved out a place not just in the charts, but in the hearts and minds of people across generations. He proved that rhythm could carry a message, that bass lines could speak louder than words, and that the stage could be a pulpit for truth, pain, celebration, and transformation. In his later years, even as health challenges mounted and the world seemed to move at a faster pace than ever before, Sly remained reflective and occasionally reclusive, but always aware of his impact. Those close to him describe a man of great complexity, brilliant, sensitive, wounded, and hopeful. He didn't crave the spotlight in the traditional sense, but he knew its power. And when he chose to step into it, he didn't just shine, he radiated. Even his silences, his absences were notable. They made you wonder, made you listen harder to what he had already said, made you feel the ache of a voice that had once been so loud, so colorful, and so necessary. Now, as the world mourns the loss of Sly Stone, it also celebrates the extraordinary life he lived and the music he left behind. His passing is not the end of a story, but a turning point in one that continues to unfold. Through the records, the memoirs, the films yet to be made, and the countless artists he inspired, Sly Stone will keep dancing through the ages. His rhythms, his words, his vibe, they're immortal. And though he may no longer walk among us, he remains, as always, a powerful force in the soul of music. Rest in power, Sly Stone. Thank you for letting us be ourselves again.